Welcome to Rathalos Watch. Today I'm going to be rating the visual design of Doshaguma from Hunter Wilds. That's based on a 10-point scaling system that is divided into 4 different categories. Without further ado, let's begin. The 4 categories are fantasy, realism, silhouette, and originality. Let's dive into the discussion. The fantasy of Doshaguma centers around the exhilarating concept of battling a herd of aggressive, massive, bear-like creatures. It's a refreshing and intriguing addition to the Monster Hunter universe. Now, I am not entirely certain if the herd concept is exclusive to Doshaguma or if other large monsters can also form herds. We'll have to wait and see. For the purpose of this video, let's assume that the herds are unique to the Doshaguma in the Windward Plains biome. Historically, Monster Hunter games rarely featured herds of animals, with exceptions like herbivores such as Popo or Aptonoth. However, in Monster Hunter Wilds, Capcom has embraced a more realistic fantasy, presenting aggressive monsters that roam in packs. The trailer never shows a lone Doshaguma, implying the hunters will likely encounter them in groups. While this is speculative, it adds to the thrilling prospect of facing these formidable beasts. The concept of encountering a pack of wild, monstrous animals intent on annihilation is thrilling. Therefore, the fantasy category receives a rating of 10 out of 10. Initially, Doshaguma may appear a somewhat dull and unremarkable monster. However, upon closer inspection of its visual design, one can appreciate Capcom's ingenuity. They seem to have drawn inspiration from grizzly bears, lions, and perhaps even mole rats, creating a fascinating hybrid in the form of Doshaguma. The visual design of Doshaguma is quite impressive. The creature's back and head sport a lion's mane, while its face, reminiscent of a mole rat, exudes a chilling survival horror vibe. The rest of its body is akin to an oversized round grizzly bear. In my first video on Chodacobra's design, I emphasized my preference for monsters inspired by real-life creatures with a touch of fantasy, and Doshaguma fits this bill perfectly. If Doshaguma existed in reality, it would be akin to a mutated bear, or a genetically engineered creature combining mole rat, lion, and bear genes. Additionally, I initially thought its eyes were on its forehead, but they are actually tiny and located on the sides of its face, making them hard to spot. Doshaguma exemplifies Capcom's creativity, balancing fantasy elements with a touch of realism. Therefore, the realism category receives a rating of 10 out of 10. Let's analyze Doshaguma's silhouette compared to other monsters in the Monster Hunter universe to determine if it's instantly recognizable and distinct. Alright, so here's a little silhouette picture that I made for the purposes of this video in Photoshop. As you guys can see on the top row, we got Dodogama, Teostra, Rathalos, Diablos. Then we got on the second row Tetsukabra, Tigrix, Narkaguga, Gosrog, and then the last row we got Kangalala, Mr. Pickle Devil Joe, Shaladora, and of course Mr. himself, brand new Doshaguma from Monster Hunter Wilds. If you look at this picture, they are very distinctive and very unique. You can definitely tell pretty much every monster from just looking at these silhouettes. And when I look at Doshaguma, my concern was that I was afraid that it was gonna look too similar to Gosrog in terms of silhouette. That would be only the case maybe if it was on all of its force, because Gosrog does get on all its force. But in this picture, he's obviously standing still, and you can kind of see the blade arm that he has. You know, the ice block blade arm. And even though you cannot really see the Doshaguma's face, you could see the bear paws with the nails, or claws I should say, and clearly the lion-looking tail on the right side. So yeah, it's quite unique. I don't really think you can mistake it much for anything else. Yeah, obviously the face might be a little bit weird because it's right there and there. Unless it was like a side silhouette pose, so then you would be able to see the face from the side, but that's not the case with this pose, right? A lot of the silhouettes really also depend on the posing. But in this case, I think it's pretty obvious what this creature is, so I think with that being said, yeah, it's pretty good. The silhouette category will be receiving a 10 out of 10. Doshaguma is an intriguing addition in terms of originality. While it's great to have another fanged beast, its body resembles existing creatures like Gosrog and Azurus. However, Doshaguma possesses enough unique features to stand out, and here's why. Doshaguma joins the ranks of other fanged beasts like Azurus, Lagambi, Gameth, and classics such as Kangala and Rajang. In the Monster Hunter universe, fanged beasts are essentially mammalian, while fanged wyverns are hybrids of wyverns and mammals like Magnamallow, Xenagor, Dodogama, and Otogaron, and so on. After examining its design, it's clear that Gosrog, with its distinct face and horns, resembles a mythical snow yeti rather than a Doshaguma. On the other hand, Arzuros, Monster Hunter's first bear-inspired creature, set the precedent for bear-like monsters. Today, Doshaguma, a blend of mole rat, lion, and bear, seems poised to become the new alpha bear, possibly replacing Arzuros. Doshaguma's originality is further bolstered by its pack behavior, a trait unseen in previous monsters. This aspect alone distinguishes it significantly. The originality category receives a rating of 10 out of 10. In conclusion, Doshaguma's visual design, while simple, is effective. Sometimes simplicity is key, and in this case, it works exceptionally well. Doshaguma's visual design earns a final rating of 10 out of 10 and is awarded a Golden Crown. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share it with your fellow hunters. Peace out and happy hunting.